everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be making a super easy, healthy, high protein, high fiber meal together. We are going to be making chicken pesto meatballs, which I've already made them, and they are incredible, and also some grilled carrots and some grilled zucchini. I wanted to make something that is super easy. You can get done in 30 minutes. Your kids will love it. I don't mean to flex, but I have to flex. We are going to be getting the basil for this recipe from my brand spanking new garden. You will see my children in and out of this video many of times because they just can't resist. I don't really show them, but they want to be on camera very badly and play with all of the equipment. But anyway, we are going to be picking basil from the garden right now and making a gorgeous pesto. I made pesto the other night, and Kyle and I, we put it on literally every single thing, vegetables, meat, everything. And then we're gonna make meatballs. So let's do it. We have to get a bunch of this basil that's growing so nicely to make pesto meatballs. What do you think of that?
Good.
It could be yummy, right?
Yeah.
What? That's perfect. Very nice, Teddy. That is awesome. We're in the garden right now because actually we are here to pick basil. We are going to be making a pesto chicken meatball. We'll also pick some lettuces maybe to make a salad on the side. I feel like this makes it seem intimidating that I'm picking a lot of this from my own garden, but granted, I literally did this 3 weeks ago, and basil is pretty easy to grow. Like, this is flourishing, and I barely, like, it's just been like very easy, but you can also just buy basil at the store. Fear not. This is a very, very easy recipe, but I'm just having my Martha Stewart summer, so we're picking our own basil. So let's do it. Okay, we're picking our basil. I had to pull out my Brussels sprouts because some worms got in there. So they are no longer with us. We're gonna have to figure out something else to put there. Also, as a garden update, I've convinced Kyle that we should make this entire side of the garden, this entire side of the yard a garden. Somehow I've convinced him that we need to do that. So that's our next project. But we're starting here with our 3 raised beds. Teddy loves to eat salad, don't you, lady?
Yeah.
And can you pull it for me? Pull this. Pull it. Okay, that works. I mean, not the most graceful, but that's okay. Thank you so much. Let's get started on our pesto. Pesto is good with everything, by the way. Anyway, we're gonna make it in my blend tech right here, but you can also use a food processor. So I just toasted the pine nuts right here. Toasting pine nuts, you literally just put them in a pot and put the heat on. I didn't know this actually when I did my episode with Eden Eats and she taught me how to toast, I think we did almonds. I was like, I didn't know it was that simple. That's all you do. So we're gonna grind these up in the blend tech, which I have right behind me. So next up, we are going to add our olive oil and our garlic. I already have measured out here 3/4 cup of olive oil. Next up, we're gonna do 2 cloves of garlic, and then we are blending again. Next up, we are adding our basil right here, freshly picked from the garden. Super exciting for a beginner gardener here. Adding that into the blender. This was about 2 cups of basil. We are going to blend again. Tell me when. Here is what our pesto looks like right here. Now I am pouring it into a bowl and I'm gonna add some cheese in there. All right, here is our pesto. It looks amazing and it smells so good. This is going to be so good in a meatball, actually. I'm so pumped. And then adding in the Parmesan cheese and salt and pepper, and then mix it all together. So while I'm mixing up my pesto, we are in midsummer right now, and I'm just enjoying being home, working on my garden, all those things. But me and Kyle are taking the kids actually to Europe for the very first time. All of us are going in August. I am so excited, but I am absolutely terrified to bring my 2-year-old on an overnight flight. If you follow me on TikTok, you know that I went viral for him being an absolute menace on like a 3-hour flight to Mexico. He's spooky, he's scary. So I am praying that he's going to be good. Any toddler flying tips, overnight flight tips that you have, please write them below because I am shaking in my boots. I wake up in the middle of the night and I think about it. But aside from that, I'm sure once we get there, it's going to be delightful. So this is definitely a little bit more on the thicker end, but if you want to make it a little thinner for something like a pasta, you could add a little bit more olive oil. But right now we're gonna leave it like this because we're gonna be throwing it into our meatballs. We are starting on our meatballs. If I'm being honest, we realized that the chicken that we had for this recipe had gone bad. We had to run to Whole Foods and get new chicken, but fear not, here we go. We're making our meatballs. 2 pounds of ground chicken. And then we have 2 eggs. We are doubling this recipe right now because I want to store it in my fridge for meal prep. So I'm doubling it, but I will probably put the single recipe in the description and you can double it as well if you want. Next up, we are doing 1 cup of panko. Then we're going in with 1 cup of Parmesan cheese, some salt and pepper. On our trip out to Whole Foods, Kyle called me as our pesto was sitting here so beautifully and he's like, do you need this pesto? I'm eating it. And I was like, Jesus, we're coming back. We need that pesto. He gave it 5 stars. He loved it. So the pesto itself is wonderful. Great news. And now it is time for the pesto. And then my least favorite part, we have to mix it all up. Okay, so I'm mixing all of this up with my hands. So this recipe is probably gonna make about 30 meatballs. So I'll leave it in the fridge, have it ready for meal prep. My kids, Kyle, everyone can grab this for lunch, for dinner, whatever it might be, and just have something healthy and easy to eat, including me, obviously. Okay, so I got some parchment paper right here. I lined the pan to hopefully make cleanup a little bit easier for myself. And then I'm going to roll these into balls and put them on my tray. One tip for making meatballs, if the meat is sticking to your hands, you can get your hands a little bit wet and it will make them not stick. Okay, took about 2 trays. Sorry, Kyle is probably wandering around in the background of this video, but it is time to put our meatballs in the oven. We have the oven at We have the oven at 350 and we're gonna cook them for about 10 to 12 minutes. Okay, so while our meatballs are in the oven, we are going to be doing a little bit of grilling. I feel like it's a summer necessity, easy, and my kids love grilled vegetables. So right here, not from my garden, I wish, but my zucchini plant is really doing well. It is like climbing up the walls of the garden. I'm very excited for it. We have some sliced zucchini and some sliced carrots. I'm gonna put some olive oil on here, salt, pepper, a little bit of garlic salt, and we're gonna throw this on the grill. And then hopefully our meatballs will be done and we'll have a delicious meal. I'm just going to use avocado oil. This is the Chosen Food ones, just because I am lazy. An easy way to get them covered in oil. Then I'm gonna do some salt, pepper, and then we'll throw these on the grill. This is so hot. We always choose the hottest days of the year. All right, we're gonna leave these be for a little bit and we'll come back. All right, we're taking our veggies off right now. As you can see, they look nice and cooked. The meatballs are actually still cooking, but these are done, which is perfect timing. So let's go on inside. They're probably almost done, but look at these veggies, they look amazing. Okay, everyone, these just came right out of the oven. I tried some of the other ones that were already done and they are so good. I'm so excited to eat these. They're just delicious. Okay, I'm gonna put these to the side so that they cool for a little while and I'm gonna plate our delicious dinner. I am taking our meatballs, probably for me, I probably eat like 4 or 5, I'm not gonna lie. Some carrots. For my kids, probably what I would have even done is made extra of that pesto to save it for later for pasta and stuff for my kids, but for now, they're just gonna have to do with the meatballs, and voila, there is your super healthy, high protein, high fiber meal that was super easy and can easily be made in 30 minutes. These meatballs are so flavorful. Like I said, I tried a bunch of them and they are delicious. So that concludes my easy, high protein, high fiber 30-minute dinner. I hope that you enjoyed this video. This is super easy to make, super healthy. You get the protein in and your kids, I hope, will love it. My kids will definitely like it. I mean, they've been following me around this entire video behind the scenes, trying to eat some of this and waiting for it to be done. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comment section what else you would like to see from me, any other recipes, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.